Welcome back, everybody. Today's deep dive, well, we're taking a look at something you might think is pretty straightforward, the role of an administrative assistant.
Hmm.
But we're going to find some, I think, surprising insights from an article. It's called Administrative Assistant Interview Questions Plus Answers.
Okay.
And it was published just last month in October 2024 by Workable.
Okay.
And they're a company that specializes in HR tools and resources.
Right.
And even if you're thinking, well, I'm not applying for that kind of job right now, what we're going to uncover here actually reveals a lot about how companies view this role.
Mm-hmm.
And also just the skills that make someone successful in almost any workplace.
Yeah, that's a great point. Sometimes the jobs we think we understand the best
Right.
are the ones with hidden depths, right?
Exactly. So the first thing that jumped out at me in this article was that it emphasizes how admin assistants, you find them in all sorts of industries.
Okay.
It's not just that sort of corporate world we might picture. Yeah. So that already makes this role more versatile than people might think.
And that versatility might be connected to how the article describes the position as entry level.
Oh, interesting.
But here's the thing. It goes on to highlight qualities like curiosity, diligence, and a no job is too small attitude. Those aren't just entry-level traits.
Right.
Those are the qualities that can help anyone succeed, especially early in their career.
It's interesting that the article highlights those qualities.
Yeah.
It's like companies are looking for more than just someone who can follow instructions.
Mm-hmm.
They want someone who is proactive and eager to learn.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I think it might reflect just a broader shift in how we view work.
Okay.
Yeah, in today's fast-paced environment, adaptability and a willingness to learn are essential.
Mm-hmm.
Administrative roles, especially at that entry level, they often expose you to such a wide range of tasks and departments. And I think companies are realizing that those who embrace that variety rather than shy away from it are the ones most likely to grow and contribute in meaningful ways.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So it's not just about checking boxes.
Right.
It's about having a certain drive and adaptability.
Exactly.
Now, the article then gets into a skill checklist.
Okay.
And this is where things get interesting. Tech savviness, of course.
Of course.
A must.
Right. And not just knowing how to turn on a computer.
Yeah.
The article specifically mentions proficiency in MS Office. And even a basic understanding of CRM software.
Oh, wow.
It's not just about typing and filing anymore.
Right.
Technology has become integral to even traditionally administrative roles.
Well, think about how much has changed even in the past few years.
Oh, absolutely.
We're all expected to navigate so many different software programs.
Right.
And it's interesting that even entry-level roles are reflecting that shift. But then beyond the tech stuff, the article also stresses this idea of being a master of time.
Okay.
Managing calendars. Supporting multiple people.
Right.
It sounds pretty intense.
It does. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, these skills point to a crucial ability, organization.
Right.
Prioritizing tasks, communicating clearly.
Yeah.
Even that idea of managing up that's mentioned, it all comes back to being organized and efficient.
Yeah.
And I think those skills are becoming even more important as the pace of work accelerates.
It's like everyone's feeling the pressure of time these days.
Yeah.
And those who can manage it effectively are going to stand out.
Yeah.
But then alongside all this talk of calendars and software, the article repeatedly mentions data entry accuracy, processing expenses, preparing reports.
Right.
These sound pretty routine.
Yeah.
So how does the article suggest someone stay motivated and avoid errors? Especially those tasks aren't super exciting.
Well, the article suggests creating checklists and systems. And that might sound simple.
Yeah.
But it's about building habits that maintain focus on detail, even when doing these repetitive tasks.
Right.
And this is something many of us can probably relate to.
Oh, absolutely.
Even if our work isn't strictly administrative.
Absolutely. We've all had those moments where we're going through the motions and we might miss something crucial.
Absolutely.
Having those systems in place can really help.
Yeah.
But here's what really struck me. The article goes beyond just those hard skills. There are questions about teamwork, problem solving, even how you'd handle a difficult coworker.
Right. This raises an interesting question.
Yeah.
Why the emphasis on soft skills in a role that's often seen as primarily task-oriented?
It seems to suggest that being a successful admin assistant means being a strong team player.
Mm-hmm.
Your technical skills are important,
Yeah,
but so is your ability to work effectively with others, right?
absolutely. Yeah, it's more than just being a team player.
Right.
It's about proactively contributing to a positive and productive work environment.
Yeah.
Those soft skills.
Yeah.
They're essential for navigating those interpersonal dynamics
Yeah.
that are present in any workplace.
That's such a good point.
Yeah,
So much of our work depends on
absolutely.
how well we can communicate and collaborate with others.
For sure.
It's interesting how this article brings that to the forefront,
Yeah.
even for a role that's often seen as more behind the scenes.
And that behind-the-scenes aspect, I think, might be why the article ends with what I thought was a really insightful question.
Okay.
It asks what motivates someone to excel, even when the work gets repetitive.
Right.
And one of the sample answers talks about finding satisfaction in creating efficient systems.
Yeah.
And I think that speaks to the core of what makes a great administrative assistant.
One thing that really struck me was how the article addresses the issue of motivation, especially when the work can feel routine.
Right.
Have you ever encountered that in your own career?
Oh, absolutely.
How do you stay engaged when faced with those repetitive tasks?
I think everyone, regardless of their job,
Yeah.
faces those moments where things feel a bit monotonous.
Right.
For me, it's about finding ways to connect those tasks to the bigger picture.
Okay.
How does this seemingly small thing contribute to the overall goals of the team or the organization?
Right.
Sometimes it's about finding ways to make those routine tasks more efficient or even enjoyable.
Right.
Maybe it's experimenting with a new productivity tool or coming up with a system that streamlines the process.
So it's about finding those little pockets of creativity or problem solving.
Exactly.
Even within the routine.
Yeah.
That can make it more engaging.
Yeah.
I can definitely relate to that.
For sure.
But you mentioned connecting to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Do you think that sense of purpose is something that's specifically important for administrative roles?
I think it's important for everyone, but it might be especially crucial for roles that are often seen as more supportive than front and center.
Right.
Administrative assistants are often the unsung heroes who keep things running smoothly.
Right.
And recognizing that you're an essential part of a larger system, even if your role isn't always in the spotlight, can be incredibly motivating.
It's like you're the oil that keeps the machine running.
Exactly.
You might not be the one operating the machine, but without you, everything would grind to a halt.
Exactly. And I think that's a really valuable perspective to have, not just for administrative assistants, but for anyone who feels like their work might be overlooked or taken for granted. Everyone contributes to the success of a team. And recognizing that can make even the most routine tasks feel meaningful.
It's all about perspective, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Finding that connection between what you do and the impact it has on others can make all the difference. And, speaking of recognizing those contributions, this article calls administrative assistants the unsung heroes of many companies. That really resonated with me.
It's the perfect way to put it. They're often the ones, keeping everything running behind the scenes.
Right.
Anticipating needs, solving problems before they even arise.
Right.
And yet their work can often be overlooked or taken for granted.
It's like we just assume things will magically happen.
Yeah.
But there's this whole network of people working hard to make sure everything runs smoothly. And those unsung heroes are a crucial part of that network.
Absolutely.
It makes you wonder, are there other roles like that?
Oh, yeah.
Ones that are essential but don't get the spotlight they deserve.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think about, the people who keep the office running smoothly.
Right.
Like the IT support team,
Yeah.
the maintenance crew, the folks who make sure the coffee is brewed every morning.
Right.
Or even in a larger sense, think about the sanitation workers,
Yeah.
the delivery drivers, the countless individuals who work behind the scenes to keep our cities and towns functioning.
It's so easy to forget about those people until something goes wrong.
Totally.
Right. And then we realize just how much we rely on them.
Absolutely.
What do you think we can do to acknowledge and appreciate those unsung heroes in our own lives?
Well, I think it starts with awareness.
Okay.
Taking the time to notice the people who are quietly making a difference and acknowledging their contributions, even in a small way.
Right.
A simple thank you.
Yeah.
A moment of recognition or even just a smile can go a long way.
As we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I'm struck by how much we can learn from a job description.
Mm-hmm.
We started by talking about administrative assistance,
Right.
but we ended up exploring these bigger ideas.
Yeah.
Adaptability, motivation,
Mm-hmm.
and the importance of recognizing those often invisible contributions of others.
That's the beauty of these deep dives.
Yeah.
We start with a specific topic,
Right.
but it always leads us to these broader insights
Right.
that we can apply to our own lives and careers.
So to all the unsung heroes out there,
Yeah.
we see you,
Absolutely.
we appreciate you, and we thank you.
We do.
And to our listeners, we encourage you to think about the unsung heroes in your own lives.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the people who make your work or your life a little bit easier, a little bit smoother, a little bit brighter?
Yeah.
Take a moment to acknowledge them and
Yeah.
let them know how much you value their contributions.
Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep appreciating the unsung heroes all around us.